Welcome to Warwick Science's Year 9 filmed practicals on measuring voltage and current. Now, to measure voltage and current, we need to use two bits of equipment. To measure voltage, we need this one, which is a voltmeter. And as you can see, we've got the black terminal and three red terminals, depending upon how much voltage we're reading, and that corresponds to the three different levels in the scale up there. Voltage must be measured because it's the difference in charge between 2 points. So it needs to be across a piece of equipment. We do it in parallel, and we do ammeter we use, which is we measure current, and again we put this one in series, and again the black terminal plus 3 there, which corresponds to the three different scales up the top there. Let's do probably the easiest one first. Let's look at doing the resistance. So again, let's get ourselves a switch and connect it up to the battery. So you've got that. Then what I'll do is I'll put our ammeter in, okay, and through there, and then I will put in the globe here as well, and that'll test to make sure that basically our circuit works. Now, what we need to always do is you always put it into the highest scale first. Okay, so that, as you can see here, I've placed it into the 5 amps because that way, if it's less than 5 amps, then it'll basically read. But if it's higher than the 500 milliamps and the 50 milliamps, often that needle will go across and will break the equipment. So we don't like to do that. So we tend to always put this one in first, and you should be able to see that there. And then all you simply do is that you work your circuit. Okay, now you can see there it only went up a very small amount. So in terms of the 5 amps, it's basically less than 1 amp. So then I can move my my conductor down to the next one, and now we get up there, and what we can see is because we're using the 500, we go the 200, and it's at 250. So there's 250 milliamps of current flowing through here, and current is the rate or how fast the charge is flowing. So this is flowing at 250. If I went to the 51 here, then what would happen is that would basically go off the chart. So the important thing with an ammeter is that you connect the negative to the negative, which is the black, so make sure that that happens. If it doesn't, and you've got it around the wrong way, the needle will go backwards. So then you basically just swap your conductors around. Always start with the highest one first, then work your way down, okay? And as you can see with ours, it lights up there, and it's gone to the middle one, so it's 250 milliamps. So that's how you connect up an ammeter. A voltmeter is slightly different, because a voltmeter, we're measuring the voltage, which is the difference in charge between 2 points. So our 2 points are going to be across our globe here. So again, connect up our circuit so I can basically see there it works well. So then what I do is I get our voltmeter, and again negative to negative, and then place that on the highest one as well, which in this case is 300 volts. Now, I know that that's probably going to be a little bit extreme because I know that it's only a 6-volt battery, so really no more than 6 volts can come over here, but it's always good practice to do that. So we connect the negative to the negative, we connect the positive to the positive, and we press it down, and as you will see there, barely ever moves. Okay, look at that, just really small amount. So then I can put it up and put it to the 15 volts. So I'll go to 15 volts and I press it down, and you can see there that the voltage is around about 5.5 volts. So that's the difference in charge between those two particular points. Again, if you connect it up the wrong way, the needle will basically move backwards. And again, always start it with the highest and then work your way down. If I put that on 3 volts, then what you would find is that needle would flick all the way over there, and you could end up breaking the piece of equipment. So the important thing to remember out of today is you connect a voltmeter in parallel over the piece of equipment that you're wanting to use. We'll just put Darth Vader up there again, because you've always got to have a Darth Vader somewhere. And with our ammeter, you connect that in series because you want to measure the current going through the circuit. So ammeter in series, voltmeter in parallel. Now, as I said, this corresponds to activity number 21 within your book. So you can basically have a look through that. Again, if there's any problems, go and talk to your teacher, and and then hopefully they can clear it up. Thank you for accessing Warwick Science's filmed practical on measuring voltage and current.